All right, a lovely evening to you. Welcome to 20 Sports Show here on TV Sapiencia. 20 Sports Show is that program we've created for young ones to inspire them, encourage them, and motivate them. My name is Oma, your very sweetheart on radio, TV, and social media. All right, we have an amazing personality in our studios right now, and if you look at me, you find out that my heart is so full. My heart is full in the sense that for the past 3 to 4 months, first of all, I monitored her. I was a monitoring spirit on her page on Facebook. When I realized that she won the Maltina Teacher of the Year 2015, I started monitoring her. I wanted to find out more about her. And one of the days, I saw a picture. She posted Archbishop Valerian. I said, is this woman in Onitsha? And she actually confirmed. I reached out to her. She confirmed that she stays in Onitsha and she teaches at Federal Government College located in 33 here in Onitsha. Amazing. I said, no, you must come here and you will have to share yourself. We need to groom more people like you. Let's make welcome amazing, beautiful, fantastic, brilliant. I call her the science queen. Let's make welcome Mrs Nkem Obi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for bringing your time, for you to be here. Thank you so much. We are going to continue with this conversation. We'll take a short break right now, and once we return, we'll continue with this conversation. Kindly stay with us. Welcome back to 20th Sports Show here on TV Sapiencia. Like I told you all, we have an amazing personality. You know, when people say that teaching is not an attractive job, wait until you meet Mrs Nkem Obi. When people say that you don't make money as a teacher, wait until you meet Mrs Nkem Obi. Welcome once again to 20th Sports Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
First of all, thank you so much for allowing us to share in your time today. I know you're a very busy person, but you've been with us. We started at radio and now we're on TV. Thank you so much for allowing us to have your time.
You're welcome.
Now, let's talk about you as a person. Obviously, before you became this teacher that you are today, what really inspired you as a young person?
Yes, I had my inspiration from the fact that sciences are interesting subjects to study. You know, I don't see myself going through the art subject. It's not challenging enough.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You love things, naturally, you love things that challenge you.
Of course, it brings out the best in me.
Wow.
Yes, as a person. If what I'm doing is not challenging enough, it gets boring.
Oh. Now, before we go further, there are people who, when they face challenges, they run away.
Yes, yes, I don't really know. I think it's individual differences.
Okay.
I'm cut out from different type of cloth.
Okay.
Like even in teaching profession now that I'm teaching, if I keep repeating the same thing at a time without, you know, extending the knowledge, it becomes boring to me.
Oh.
So I love challenges as a person.
So that was what that inspired you to go into sciences?
Exactly. I was so inquisitive to know exactly what was happening with all the things that were mentioned during the integrated science classes. You know, then it was integrated science, now it's basic sciences.
Yes. Okay. So moving forward, has there always been a smooth sail?
No, not at all. In fact, I was challenged to the brim because in SS1 I failed chemistry. Yes, I was promoted on trial in SS1 at Lorito Special Science School at Dazi. Because the chemistry subject then was too difficult for me to understand. You know, when the rest of the students would be saying calcium trioxocarbonate 4, I would be wondering where exactly are they getting this 4 from? You know, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
You know, and at that time, the teacher wasn't even helping me to understand the subject. So I failed chemistry in SS1 and also failed in SS2.
Wow.
Yes, I became better in SS3, a little bit better.
Okay.
You know, so it challenged me to go and study the subject that nearly disgraced me in school.
Wow, wow. Which subject?
Chemistry.
Pure
and industrial
chemistry.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
I'm a graduate of pure and industrial chemistry.
From
Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, now, after graduating, have you always had this dream of becoming a teacher?
Yes. While I was in the university, I was teaching students during exams.
Okay.
In fact, from second year, I started teaching students. So I discovered that I love teaching. They would come to me during the night classes to teach them. So I would tell them to just give me some time to do my own personal work. And at the end of the day, I will see me teaching students till 12 p.m. sometimes. You know, at the end of the day, they will escort me back to my lodge.
Like 12 a.m.
Yes,
in the middle of the night?
Middle of the night.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
So they will escort me back to my lodge. It was just fun all those years. So at the end of the day, my friends were telling me, you won't do well anywhere except if you teach. So then I felt maybe I will lecture, you know. So I had the dream to lecture, not actually be in the secondary school, you know. So, but at the end of the year, I graduated, got married. My spouse is in Onitsha. So when I came in, the passion was still there. So I started looking for a good school where I could teach. That was how I found myself at Federal Government Girls College, Onitsha.
Okay, and that was where your journey started. Did you become a full staff?
No. In 2003, to be specific, I started my teaching journey. I became a PTA teacher.
PTA teacher?
Yes.
Earning how much then?
10,000 naira. That was my salary.
Wow.
2003. For some years before it was increased. As at 2013, when I was fully absorbed in the Federal Ministry of Education, my last salary was 15,000 naira.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
That salary, did it affect your productivity? Did it affect the way you work?
The truth is that no, it did not. You know, but while I was doing that, I was hoping that it will be better one day.
Okay.
I was hoping that I would be fully absorbed, because I was told that after 2 years as a PTA teacher, I will be fully absorbed as a permanent teacher of the Federal Ministry of Education. But it didn't happen. 2003, 4, 5, 6, you know, till 2013, 10 years after, that was when I was fully absorbed as a full-time teacher in the school. So it was 10 years. So it didn't deter me from doing my work.
Okay.
You know, so, but people around me, at a time my spouse started complaining, you know, that how can you be working for so many hours with just that? Can't you, let's find you another thing. I said, no, I love teaching. I want to remain a teacher.
Wow. What pushed you on? What inspired you to continue? Is it the love for the students, the love for the subject you're teaching, or the love for the teaching profession itself?
Yes, I think what kept me moving was the fact that I usually look back to my little me in SS1. Okay. When others would maybe understand what was happening in chemistry and I had no idea what they were talking about. So I now see myself teaching a class of 40 students, and 90% of them are doing well. So it kept me moving, that these children are happy, that this subject that was difficult for me so many years ago is now so simple for them. In fact, that's my motivation till today. That the stress I passed through, I'm making it easier for them.
Wow.
Yes,
amazing.
It kept me going.
Amazing. And you told me that you won Cowbellpedia in 2007. Can you summarize your journey?
Yes, when I started teaching in 2003, I started with mathematics.
Okay.
So I learned from the older teachers on how to prepare students. So I became so passionate about it. So we prepare students for the Cowbell mathematics competition, and our student emerged first in Anambra State and met other students from other states. So at the end of the day, Cowbell awarded the students the first 10 in Nigeria, and also awarded the teachers. Wow. So I was given that award in Abuja in 2006.
Okay, 2006.
Okay. Yes, 2006.
Okay.
So that was just 3 years after I started teaching.
Teaching.
I was so young then.
Wow. Wow. How old were you then? Can you still remember?
Females don't say that.
Okay. No problem. Let's not go there. It's okay. All right. So moving on, the big one, Maltina Teacher of the Year 2015. The very first edition.
Yes, exactly.
Like, who was he like? winning that coveted prize?
Even if it's 20 years, I can't forget that year. You know, because one is that Onitsha is one town that is not being respected.
Exactly.
Because in 2015, when I won that award, I was invaded by so many journalists in Lagos, in here. Some will come to my school. In fact, there was a particular one that interviewed me somewhere. I went for a program. He was busy asking me that in Onitsha, everybody's talking about money and making and business. Why do you have that passion to remain in teaching? And from there, you've even become the first winner of the Maltina Teacher. I said, it's my passion. That's what you called it. So it's my passion. And I told myself, I'm going to make money through this passion. I'm going to earn well. Even if it's not coming now, it will still come. It will take me time. So it's something I love doing. There are a lot of hidden talents in Onitsha that the world are yet to see.
Yeah. So tell us, what inspired you to pick up that particular competition and go through with it?
Yes, before then, I've received some award in school. You know, best teacher, dedicated teacher, hardworking, you know. So when I saw that the aim for the Maltina Teacher Award has nothing to do with voting.
Okay.
You know, so because when it's a voting program, you are at the mercy of the public.
People, yeah.
You know, but the aim was to discover talented teachers who are giving in their best and reward them. So I told myself, I think my time for reward is here.
Yeah.
You know, so when I saw that, I started filling the form, telling my story, because that's what the Maltina Teacher form is all about. You tell your story your own way. You know, somebody was telling me, why not meet some professors to help you? I said, no, I want to tell my story the way it is. Nobody can tell my story more than myself.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, they read through all the things we wrote then and announced me the winner for Anambra State. So some group of judges came from Lagos. They called me one morning that they are coming to school. So I told my principal, they came that day, took video of my class. I taught separation technique in chemistry. So they videoed my class and sent the clip to Lagos. So at the end of the day, I became one of the best 10 in the country. So the best 10 went to Lagos for the final stage of the competition to meet the panel of judges. So they asked us a couple of questions, including the fact that I'm teaching 2 serious science subjects. I think it caught their attention, you know. So that
stood you out.
Yes,
made you quite unique.
exactly. And my ability to explain how these things we teach students could be applied in everyday life, because without applying this knowledge to life problem, it becomes useless.
Exactly.
You know, so I was able to prove to them that science is actually that those things we are teaching are applicable outside the classroom. So at the end of the day of the announcing of the result, I became the first winner. You know, it was something else.
I watched that video. I saw how shocked, shocked, petrified, like you needed someone to wake you up. Like I watched that video over and over again.
I was shocked. I was very shocked.
Now, let's look at students who should get involved in STEM.
Okay.
What are the prospects of STEM?
Many. One, as a student in STEM, you have better opportunities for scholarship, sponsorship. You know, if you go out there, you discover a lot of scholarship for people who want to study engineering, you know, which is not common for non-STEM courses.
True.
So that is one. Two, transferable skills. As a STEM student, you unlock a lot of skills like problem solving. You'll be so creative. And, you know, ideas, you have numerical strength, you play with data. So critical thinking is just all about the skills for somebody who is in STEM. Third point is that they are employable. Okay. You know, the market space is oversaturated, and it's only people who will stand out that the employers will look at. Wow. So those in STEM have the package, you know, they have a higher market value. The another thing is career change. That you are in STEM doesn't mean that you will remain in STEM if you don't want to. You know, you can move from a STEM and transfer those skills to another role in a non-STEM environment. True. You know, and when we talk about opportunity for somebody studying STEM, I as a teacher, we have a lot. Like I saw a student tagged me few weeks ago that a particular organization wants to sponsor 2 female STEM teachers to the United States.
Wow.
I have everything it takes to gain that sponsorship. You know, I only declined because I felt it's not yet time. My family needs me at this moment.
Wow.
You know, aside from it, I would have gotten that opportunity. I would have moved in for it. Somebody who is not teaching a STEM subject may not have that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, so these are some of the things a student who is in STEM would actually, and it will give you opportunity to contribute heavily in the society.
Okay.
You know, imagine what is happening now. People don't have light. But there are people in Onitsha that have light 24 hours of the day because of solar energy. It's somebody that founded that, you know, and it's his own contribution to the society. Somebody that studied biomedical sciences can do something in human immune system and improve it. You know, STEM gives you opportunity to fly high. You just ask yourself, how high do I want to fly?
Yeah.
You know,
what are some of those courses that people can pick? I usually call them 21st century courses. What are some of those courses?
Yeah, I think courses in medicine, that is medical courses, physics, medicine, optometry, pharmacy. You still have biotechnology. Then when you go to the world of technology, there are so many. Engineering, computer system analyst. So there are a whole lot of courses that somebody can go into. You know, sometimes you hear languages like front end, back end. It gives people that will move into STEM, that didn't start from the foundation to study STEM, the opportunity to work. But those ones will not earn as high as people who started laying foundation from secondary school. Those ones will now go into app development, software engineering, cyber security, you know, and they do so well. They are highly paid. Of course. You know, they are so highly paid now. Like if you
They receive money in millions?
Yes, of course, they do.
Wow.
They do. If you go to the social media now, everybody wants to study nursing.
Yeah.
You will discover that the cutoff for these science subjects, you can't imagine what they're cutting for medicine. Some schools, 300 and, you know, the same thing with pharmacy, the same thing with all these STEM courses. So it's in high demand now. It's so much high demand. In my school, population of 400, 290 something are doing sciences.
Wow.
You know, so there's a serious exodus of students moving into STEM.
And that is part of the reasons why we're having this conversation, because personally, I need more students to be in STEM. Because I've come to realize that it is easier for you to move from STEM to another thing.
Of course, that's why I said it's boundless. It's boundaryless here.
You can actually, after studying STEM, you decide, okay, I want to do other things in
that's why you see people who graduate in STEM courses move into law. But it will be difficult. You may find, but it's not common, to have somebody from arts move to medicine.
It's always
you
very
can
difficult.
do it, but you go back to studying physics.
You
chemistry.
you start from the basics, from the
foundation.
foundation.
And sometimes, because I interact, I follow my students up.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of art students who regret, you know, not moving into sciences. We are not saying that art is not good.
Not at all.
No course is 100% assured.
Yeah.
But we know that we have greater chances of being employed if we study STEM courses. It's as simple as that.
Beautiful.
They have more opportunities than non-STEM subjects.
All right. So, you talked about the time you were having issues with chemistry in secondary school.
Yes.
To a student who is watching us right now, who is having issues in mathematics, physics, chemistry, I mean, these are the three tough. How can the students make it easier? Like, how can it be easier for the students?
Yes, there is a contribution for teachers and that of students. So I assume I'm talking to students now.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's a student problem, and what helped me to come out of it is student-student mentorship.
Okay.
You, as a student who is having problem, will decide that it's going to change.
Okay.
I'll thank God this year they say no grief for anybody. So no grief for your STEM subjects. So you have to go out of your comfort zone and meet students who are doing well in that subject. I tell you, if a child or a student starts doing one concept a day, as if you're taking pills for medication. Within 1 year, you'll be surprised at the level of growth you have. So I would advise a child to do one concept at a time. Don't rush sciences. It's not going to make sense for you. Meet a student who is good there. Even if your parents cannot afford to pay for a private teacher to teach you, you can still achieve it. You have data to check some of these things online, assuming you don't have anybody present. But student mentorship has a way of, you know, and improving students in sciences.
Students in sciences. Okay. Apart from student mentorship, what else can the student do?
The student can go online and watch some YouTube. These days, teachers record their classes and post online. You know, so somebody can follow. Just type in exactly where you're having problem. Even if it's a practical topic, you can see the video on YouTube. So it's there. You know, what you see, you don't usually forget it. So sometimes you can imagine teaching computer and the teacher is drawing it on the board. So how do you expect the child to understand what is happening in Excel or PowerPoint? But if a student have the opportunity to see it on YouTube, it's easier for the student to understand it. You know, so but those people who are disadvantaged, that do not have the ability to have that access to internet, could do so maybe through the textbook. You know, but it is one concept at a time. That is what I preach. One concept at a time. We have books available. The child can go to the library. The child can borrow from people who have textbooks. In fact, people who are doing well in my class are not people who owns textbooks. It's people who borrow from others. They know exactly why they are there.
Why they are there.
So some people that have all the textbooks may not even study. You know, they'll keep giving it out to those who understand what it means to be in school.
Wow. Now, what's your advice to teachers? You know, a lot of persons actually think that teaching, that you don't make money in teaching. In fact, a lot of persons, and you know, there's this thing about teaching, there's this thing I've noticed in teachers. Most teachers are interested in their pockets more than they are interested in the child they're impacting knowledge on. What advice and what encouraging words do you have for teachers?
I think I'll borrow my encouraging word from the Bible. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and the rest will be added to you. Anytime you look at the benefits before what you're supposed to do, you will not get it. Right? Yes, of course. You reap before, you sow before you reap. I think that's the problem with teachers. You start, this is my 21st year of teaching.
21 years?
21 years. So it was just building one step at a time. You see the growth, you'll be happy with yourself. But somebody would want to begin teaching today and want to start earning in millions the next day. No, I think the first thing is to understand the system, to grow the children you're there to grow. Once your children are growing, there is no way you will not grow as a teacher. And secondly, I would advise teachers to upskill. You know, learn to do certain things. There are teachers who want higher pays, but they don't have much to offer the students. But people who upskill, they earn better. You know, it's not just, okay, during the holidays, a teacher is not expected to just sit through 1 month of a long vacation. You know, a few days or a week of rest is enough. There are so many students who are looking for teachers to teach them. A lot. Whether it's online, whether it's offline, the students are looking for them. If you're good, they will search for you just like the 3 wise men searched for Jesus. They will. If you're good, people will come for you. So lay your foundation, learn the system, learn all you need to have, then impact on these children. They will be the ones that will tell the world that you're good.
Amazing. Amazing.
I don't do advertisement. My students advertise me. So you see, you keep receiving calls, please, I heard. I don't advertise. You know, students make the advertisement for you. They will even call you and tell you, my sister needs you. I want my sister to come for your lesson, you know, stuff like that. So teachers should learn to be patient, to build before they'll start reaping.
Let's speak briefly about online classes. How is it like offering remote classes, online classes? Like, what do you charge?
Yes, I think that idea came during the COVID-19 sit-down.
When other people were at home doing nothing.
Eating. In fact, I was thinking, what should I do to coagulate my students? I don't want them to be scattered without that motivation, that work. So that was when I learned how to do online classes. You know, so it depends on you and the quality of what you want to give. People charge 1 hour 1,000 per hour, 12,000 per hour, 15,000 per hour. It depends on the quality of what you're giving. That's why I say build. Personally, I charge 8,000 per hour.
Wow.
You know, but those who are coming, yes, in hours. But for the physical classes, that is those in Onitsha, I consider them because I want them to go into STEM and grow. I don't charge as much as that. Okay. But if it's online class, it is 8,000 per hour.
Wow.
And I teach chemistry and mathematics.
Wow.
Of course.
Wow.
And it's guaranteed.
Wow. Like I'm shouting, I'm screaming.
Yes, of course.
I am screaming.
Of course.
Well, I think you've said it all. Like you've said it all. You're still going to come again.
Okay.
Like, until you leave Onitsha, once in a while you're going to come in and we're going to look at a certain part of your life. You're going to share it with us because, to be honest with you, I want us to groom more people like you. Okay. People that will be so passionate about teaching, people that will be so passionate about life, people that will be so passionate about impacting on the young ones.
Of course.
You know, because you said something striking, that before you reap, you will sow.
Surely.
I mean, you 21 years in teaching.
Of course.
And you're not even about to leave teaching.
I'm the queen of science.
You're the queen of science.
I'm going nowhere.
Yes, no. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. That's the queen of science. The queen, the science queen, and she's been a teacher for 21 years. Look at her, so young. You know, teaching makes you young, teaching makes you bright, teaching makes you amazing. And she won the Maltina Teacher of the Year 2015, the very first edition. And I researched so much about her. Anytime anything they are talking about Maltina, they want to inspire people, they want to encourage people, they're always coming to her. You know, and she's giving so much value. She didn't even tell us that when she won, a block was built, right? A classroom was built. A classroom block was built in your school.
No, it was a twin bungalow for accommodating teachers.
Amazing. You know, a twin bungalow for accommodating teachers.
Yes.
And she went to where?
UK, Manchester
to study. All expense paid trip.
Courtesy of Maltina.
So don't even think if you're a teacher, I mean, let her inspire you. She's on Facebook. Teacher Nkem Obi. I met her on Facebook and she's my auntie for life.
I'm on Instagram.
She's everywhere. She is everywhere. It baffles me that she still has time to be on social media. All this. You're on TikTok, right?
No. But my students are there, so definitely I'll follow them to TikTok.
Please do follow them to TikTok.
I will.
She's on all social media platforms, Teacher Nkem Obi. So look out for her and follow her. If you're a teacher and you're looking for inspiration, please follow her. She will inspire you. Before we wrap it up, I have my sister-in-law that is a teacher. Okay. I sent, when I met you, when I saw you, I told you I've monitored you.
Monitoring
spirit. So I copied your link and I sent it to her on WhatsApp. I told her, follow this teacher. Okay. She said you taught her in secondary school.
Wow.
She's now a teacher.
Wow.
She said you taught her in secondary school. When I posted you on my WhatsApp status, on my Facebook, a lot of people were commenting that you were their teacher.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for raising people. Thank you.
You're
and God has already started rewarding you on earth.
Sure.
He will keep your rewards are everywhere. In fact, your own reward have already started on earth.
They should stop telling us that our reward is in heaven. It starts right here
on earth.
Sure.
And there is so much in becoming a teacher.
Sure.
You have seen a proof that you can become a teacher and you can make impact as a teacher. Once again, thank you so much. I can never stop saying thank you. And we look forward to having you again on TV Sapiencia.
Okay.
My name is Oma. You're very sweet at on radio and TV. I am so inspired by Mrs. Nkem Obi. Thank you so much. And I know you were inspired as well. We look forward to having you again on 20 Sport Show and next week on the program. I love you. Bye-bye.